Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Hum, a Kansas Hoops podcast via the Field of 68. I'm your host, Sam Lance, and today we have a pretty simple episode for you guys. It was Kansas Basketball Media Day on Monday, and I had the chance to go. I was able to talk to some players. We heard from Coach Bill Self, and if you haven't seen that interview, that is on the team podcast page right now. But for this episode, I'm literally just going to roll out these player interviews and just kind of let you guys sit back and enjoy. I got Dajuan Harris, Hunter Dickinson, and KJ Adams, the three big returners for Kansas. And I was also able to get freshman Flory Bidunga and AJ Storr today. So enjoy, guys.
Even though we had Johnny, he went to the league and stuff, but we're older too. That's another thing. We got a lot of older kids on our team, but we have a defensive minded coach too, so we have to be on that.
And you mentioned this being your last year. Has it hit you yet? Are there moments where it hits you that this is your last year?
Actually, I've been thinking about it a lot because time been going by fast, but I also feel like I've been here for a long time too, though. But I'm trying to cherish every moment, and just trying to take day by day, try to have fun with this my last year. So
Thanks for that.
yeah, thank you.
Well, does it seem like the national championship game was a long time ago by this point?
Yeah, I do feel like that.
For you and KJ, so many players have come in and out of this program, and we see that all over college basketball right now, right, with transfer portals and everything. What has it been like to actually be the ones that have stayed here and kind of have that connection to that title team that was only 2 years ago?
I had blood, sweat, and tears into this program. I've been here for so long. I know this program ins and outs. I'm comfortable with the coaches. Every team all the players that we had come through here, I was really close to everybody. I had good times with everybody. So it was just like a family here. So there's no reason to leave. I ain't had no reason to leave. When we brought in other guards throughout the years, I wasn't gonna back out and transfer like a lot of people do in the country when they bring in a lot of great players. But I always been a competitor my whole life, so I just wanted to stay here. And then, Coach Self gave me a shot. I was an academic redshirt. So I had a story. So he actually changed my life. So there ain't I gotta pay my respect due to him for looking out for me.
Is it a talent almost for you and KJ to be able to, like you said, just kind of accept whoever's there? You had very different teams. Last year's team was very different from this year's team. Does it take a talent to be able to mesh with whoever happens to be on the team?
We got the best coaching staff in the country, so whoever he brings in, he gonna get the job done. He's been doing it, been showing it for the last 20 years since he's been coaching. So basically, he's just a great coach. He gonna do everything he can to get out of his players, and even his best player like me and KJ returning, we know everything. So he doesn't have to do too much to get on the other guys. But I'm glad I stayed. I'm glad KJ's still here. I'm glad because everybody in my class that came in, everybody gone. So and I've been here with KJ for 4 years, so his 4 years. So I'm glad he was here. And Zach too. I forgot Zach been here for 4 years too. So.
How long did it take for the hurt to go away after the first weekend exit from the tournament?
I was hurt, because usually after the games, I'll be hurt, right after the game, I don't be wanting to talk to nobody. I don't be wanting to talk to somebody after the games, but usually it probably take me like a couple days maybe, because I had another year, so I had to get my brain refreshed, start on next year, so I wasn't really focused on that season, even though it just ended, but I was ready to get on to the next season, have a better year, because I was thinking about myself at the time, and I didn't think I had a great year. So I'm ready to bounce back and get that going. So I'm happy that this year started.
You know both ends of the spectrum about being at the top and the success here and what you experienced at that time. Does that drive you for this season?
Oh yeah, for sure, because we finished sixth this past year. I don't want to finish 6, not even top. I want to finish 1, at least 1 or 2 in the league. But we want to get to 1. We want to win it. But, especially for my last year, I want to win it, We didn't win no rings last year, no Big 12 championship. I'm trying to. My goal this year is to win all 3: the conference, the Big 12, of course, the national championship. But I just got to take it day by day. Get better. My teammates keep leading, and we got to be coachable at the end of the day. So I think we'll do it. We just got to trust in each other, trust in coach, the game plan, and the results will show. So yeah, thank you.
What have you seen from Diggy Coit so far?
He's a scorer. He can shoot. He really can shoot the ball. I mean, he's smaller than everybody, but he's gonna pick up, get into you. He's gonna play defense, but he's a scorer. They're a combo guard, but he gonna have a lot of good games.
And you guys brought in a lot of shooting for this year. How have you just kind of seen the floor spacing kind of change a little bit?
I mean, I'm not even bringing the ball up all the time now. Now I can just run because we got so many ball handlers. KJ brings the ball up too as a floor man, so it makes it easier for me because last year I had to make every single play, so I was tired a lot. So this year I think it's gonna leave me some stress. I got a whole bunch of great other guards, good guards that play college basketball, older guards, older too. So that's another good thing for us.
Could you just kind of speak to that experience you guys have a little bit? There's a lot of guys who've been playing for a long time.
Because Shaq been playing basketball high major basketball for the last 3-4 years. Diggy, he's been killing, even though it wasn't a high major. He's been killing, averaging 20 points. Then who was Zeke? He been doing his thing, 19 a game. So, I mean, all the pieces it should fit. We're gonna have to share the ball because they were scorers on their last team, and when they come here to KU, you don't gotta do a whole bunch of scoring. But we also got great wings like AJ. We got great freshmen, so we just gotta put the pieces together and be coachable and trusting each other.
What have you seen from those 2 freshmen so far?
He's my shooting partner, so I'm with him all every day, joking around. We always talk stuff about who can shoot better and have a contest when we do our shooting drills in practice. But he works hard. He's gonna defend you. He's very athletic. He's ready to shoot the ball. And for real, I think he's better on the defensive end, and when he really tries, I think he can be a really great defender. That's what I really think. And then Flo, he's athletic. He's not like a dope, but that's where
more athletic than KJ, or they kind of on the same level?
They be talking stuff to each other every day. Like you can ask Flo. Like every day they always talking about who's gonna dunk on each other or something like that. But Flo can jump. But KJ can jump. I think KJ got the highest vert. I'm pretty sure than Flo.
Gotcha.
But they both can jump though. 4'5", but Flo only like 6'7", 6'8", so he can jump though. He's fast. He's very fast. I think he might be faster than. I know he's faster than me for sure. I know that he might be faster than half of everybody on our team.
Who would you say are the fastest on the team?
The fastest. If Marco wasn't injured, I think it'd be Marco because he's fast too. But Flo's up there though. KJ fast too. People don't think KJ fast, but he actually really fast. Who else over there? I'll say KJ. KJ might be the fastest. AJ fast too. Yeah, AJ fast. You just gotta catch him. Like coach gotta do some stuff and put the time down or whatever he's trying to do, like 2:22s or something. He'll put the time down to see who the fastest. And Flo would show how fast he was. KJ would show how fast. So we got a lot of fast people.
Thank you, Dajuan.
Yeah. I mean, they are all hard working. Maybe like Rakis, Flory, the 2 freshmen, which is probably how it should be. Being a freshman, you want to just be a sponge and soak up everything. And coach always says they know that they don't know, which is a phrase where just kind of explains that being a freshman, a lot of the terminology is really new for them. stuff like the nail, being in help, being in the dunker. It could be new terminology for these guys, and so they've done a really good job of just trying to soak up all the information and really try to learn as much as they can. I think they've done a great job of that.
Sure. How excited are you to be on the court with Flory this year? You might see him down low with you. Do you think your guys' chemistry is going to just click and you guys are just going to take on the Big 12 by storm?
Yeah, the easiest way to put it is, it's pretty hard to not have good chemistry when you can just throw it anywhere near the rim and he can go get it. I think that's really easy to build chemistry when you can do that. But he's a great player to be around, off and on the floor. Everybody knows his potential. Coach said he's the best recruit or best prospect we've had since Josh Jackson, and there's merit to that. You can see it. You'll see it out there at late night in the games where the man can go and hit his head on the rim if he really wants to. And so for us, it's trying to just maximize that, put him in situations where he can exceed, and try to just make him be the best player he can be out there.
Sure. One last question from me: how excited are you for Lil Jon to headline late night?
Being one of the elder players in college basketball, I was in there for the height of Lil Jon. He's got some bangers out there that I'm excited for. I did kind of wish Nelly was coming, but obviously things happen with that. Can't control that. But I'm excited for Lil Jon. It should be a good time out there. Hopefully we can put on a good show for that show. So that's the plan.
Thanks, Hunter.
Thanks.
Coach Self mentioned at one point in the offseason, one thing for you to improve is consistency shooting. Just what goes into that over the course of the offseason?
Yeah, just trying to hopefully not go 2 for 33 like again from 3 would probably be the biggest way to improve that. And I was looking at it, and if I would have just went like 9 for 33, my percentages would have been way up. But I think that's kind of just a lot to do with mental toughness, and this year trying to really focus with our guy Scoot, who's our mental performance coach here, and trying to have him be there with me consistently. So kind of being proactive when it comes to that. So when things happen like that, I don't have to change up anything. I already kind of know what to do and kind of how to operate after that. So kind of more just mental toughness, I'd say, in terms of, when things aren't going your way, being able to respond to that.
What kind of things do you work on with Scoot when it comes to that?
I think just instilling confidence, and then also having, rituals, and kind of having that preparation for when things come to you, having not like a 5-step system or something, but something similar to that where, you can kind of have that to fall back on.
I have a stupid question for you, which is I saw on your online profile you have Chipotle before a game. What is your Chipotle?
Oh, it's crazy because it's the same order every time, but I'm gonna have to switch it up. I'm gonna have to switch it up because I've been trying to get less cheese, like less dairy, but especially less cheese. So my normal bowl was always white rice bowl, tortilla on the side, half chicken, half steak, fajitas, tomatoes, corn, sour cream, cheese, and lettuce with salad dressing. Always gotta have the salad dressing. But I think this year I think what I'm gonna try to do is not do the cheese. Maybe add in guac, Anna helps with that a little bit. And then maybe try to do a little bit less sour cream. Trying to get away from the dairy because I know that kind of messes up my system. So trying to get away from that.
Thank you for answering that highly personal
question.
Switching gears a little bit, what do you kind of like about the portal pieces you guys added this year, especially the shooting? Do you think it will kind of open up the floor for you a little bit this year?
I think they all kind of bring something similar that we were lacking, and that's scoring. You look down the line when you got AJ Storr, consensus top 5, top 3 transfer in the country, and he averaged, I think it was 18 at Wisconsin, and to be able to average 18 in that offense is pretty hard. You can ask anybody in the Big Ten. That's pretty tough to do, and I think he brings a 3-level scorer where it's attacking the rim with athleticism, making plays off the bounce or shooting threes. And you got a guy like Zeke who can shoot the cover off the ball, but also make plays for others. I think that's something that's underrated in his game, where it's passing and also finishing at the rim. You got a guy like Diggy Coit who averaged 20 at Northern Illinois, and to be able to have him there as an older guard, but also a guard that can get a bucket if you need to, somebody who can come off the bench. Really see him as like a Remy Martin type in terms of how he can impact the game off the bench. Rylan Griffin, another scorer, shooter that we were kind of lacking last year, a guy who came from a program that all they did was shoot threes, so you kind of have to be able to shoot if you want to play in that offense. Then you got a guy like Shaq who one of the best defenders in the country, and people will see that this year. Super athletic, one of the bounciest players on the team that will bring a dog, mentality at that, combo guard spot that will really help Juan kind of limit Juan and make sure, not limit Juan, but make it so that he doesn't have to, pick up the best point. Like point guard's usually one of the better players on the team, and maybe give Juan a little kind of breaks here and there off that.
And how do you think the scoring will kind of help you out in terms of just floor spacing, just kind of having more space to operate down low?
Yeah, I think it'll be really hard this year to double me, and if they do, it'll just be guys like Zeke Mayo, AJ Storr, and Rylan Griffin, guys who have made a career in college shooting the ball. I think that'll make it really hard for teams and really make them adjust. And then you bring guys off the bench, Diggy Coit and stuff like that, who can really shoot the cover off the ball. I think it just makes for a great, system.
Is there anyone kind of really standing out in practice to you specifically right now?
If you were to ask Coach, he'd probably say Zeke Mayo, and I'd agree with that. Zeke's been great in terms of what he's bringing. I think he's, surprising a lot of guys with his scoring. I think, people try to tout him as, a really good shooter, and he's a great shooter, but I think just being able to make plays for others, like I said, is really underrated part of his game.
And just real quick, excited for late night? What are you kind of excited about most?
I'm glad that I know what late night's more of about now. I kind of, I'm not gonna lie, I thought late night, the scrimmage especially, was more like laid back and relaxed. I didn't know how intense that was, and so I kind of got yelled at a little bit for that. But this year I'll bring more competitiveness to the late night scrimmage and take it a little bit more seriously than I did last year.
Excited for Lil Jon?
Yeah, I am. The concert last year with Flow Rider was great. I think, Little John here, he's got some bangers that I think everybody in the crowd will know. And I think that's a big key to late nights, having a guy, all age groups can know and be able to sing along to. So I think that'll make for a good performance.
Appreciate it, Hunter. You guys got a lot of newcomers on the team this year. How do you think everybody's just kind of gelling together as a group?
It's been pretty good, man. All the newcomers came in and learned everything pretty quickly and making practice really fun and really competitive.
And you guys added a lot of shooting. How have you kind of seen the floor spacing, kind of increase for you guys in practice?
Yeah, of course. There's a lot of open threes going on and a lot of stuff that opens up the spacing, so it makes for a really high scoring practice.
Who's the best shooter on the team right now?
I really don't know. Everybody has their streaks and everybody has their strides, so I really don't know right now.
Gotcha. Then you've been working on your shot too. I've kind of heard a little bit. Can you kind of talk about that a little bit?
For sure. I've always been working on my shot. Hopefully it gets a little bit better this year, but just been trying to do little things to help the team.
And what do you kind of like about the depth this year? You guys have a lot of guys who played a lot of college minutes, a lot of guys who are vets in their own respect, not vets in the KU program, but can you just kind of speak to that a little bit, just kind of having a lot of depth, a lot of veterans?
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of options this year for Coach, and I think he's going to have fun with that, mixing and matching, trying to find the best lineup for all these situations. So it's been good, and it gives the coach a lot of space to do a lot of things.
What have you seen from the freshmen like Flory and Rakis, and what do you think they'll bring this year?
Yeah, they definitely surprised me because I've never seen two group of freshmen learn so much and get better as fast as they have, so they've been doing really good.
And specifically with Flory, what have you seen kind of out of his skill set? What do you think he'll bring kind of to that backup five?
Yeah, just all the little things like the passing and then the floor spacing. I think he does a really good job, and just with his athleticism and his and just his natural nature is going to help him a lot this year.
And three other newcomers transfers. You got Rylan Griffin, you got AJ Storr and Zeke Mayo. Just kind of what do you like about their games?
Yeah, they just know how to play. They know how to score. We haven't really had a team like this we have this much depth other than my freshman and sophomore year, so it's going to be good, and I think once everybody gets intertwined and gets comfortable with each other, we're going to have a really good team this year.
And 20 games in the Big 12 this year. What do you kind of like about the new conference and then playing those 20 games?
Yeah, I think everybody in here is competitors. We're ready for those type of challenges. I think AP poll just came out and we had a lot of ranked opponents on our schedule, so I think everybody's just really excited to get out there and play those guys.
And late night coming up, what are you kind of most excited about for that?
It's just my last time, so I think it's gonna give me a chance to kind of endure everything and just appreciate all those little things like late night.
And then the Arkansas exhibition game, you guys will be playing road environment, Bud Walton Arena. I assume it'll be pretty rowdy there. Coach Calipari, his first game coaching there. What are you just looking forward to with that?
Yeah, they have it listed as exhibition games, but I'm pretty sure Arkansas and us don't really have it as exhibition game. It's going to feel like a real game. I feel like they're going to pack it out, and it's going to be a real war out there when we go out there.
Thank you, KJ.
If you haven't heard by now, we have partnered with BetMGM Sportsbook. We're going to be using BetMGM lines to make all of our picks, and we'll have special offers for the listeners and the viewers of the Field of 68 throughout the year. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, you can use bonus code FIELD, and you will get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. The best part, all you need to do is deposit and bet $10 of your own hard-earned money to be eligible. Here's how you make it work. Download the BetMGM app and sign up using that bonus code FIELD. Deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game, and you will receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet loses. Just make sure that you use that bonus code FIELD when you sign up. BetMGM is going to have some fun offers available throughout the NBA playoffs. Bet insurance tokens, odds boost, and what I love, a nice parlay boost or two from time to time, as well as a ridiculous array of player prop bets for any sport that you could possibly imagine betting on. BetMGM is and always will be the king of the prop bet. So go download the BetMGM app, use the bonus code FIELD, and sign up today. And while I've got you, a quick request. The best way to support the Field of 68 content that you get for free is to engage with us. Rate and review the podcast. Like and share the YouTube videos. Tell your friends about us. It all helps in a world where the algorithm is king. And now, back to the show.
All right, this first things first, obviously came from the portal. What kind of went into your decision to choose Kansas, and how did that kind of all go about?
It was really just, in the thought of, I want to win. That's the main thing. And obviously fit is the second thing. I feel like both of those things was there. Kansas has a tradition of winning, obviously 6 national championships, and that's what kind of made me want to play for Kansas. I want to win at the highest level, and I know Kansas is a school I can definitely do that at.
And how have you just enjoyed being here so far? What do you kind of like about KU just in general?
I enjoy being here so far. Lawrence is a cool town. Kind of reminds me of Madison because it's like a college town. So it's been good. My teammates are cool. We get along on and off the court. We got a lot of veteran players, so they make things a lot easier. It's been great.
What's maybe your favorite moment so far of just being here?
I would say just summer practice. Everybody coming in new, everybody getting to know each other on and off the court. So I would just say summertime.
And you have 3 returning players for the Kansas group, Dajuan, KJ, Hunter Dickinson. Those are kind of the veterans, and you guys are adding a lot of guys who have transferred, who have had a lot of experience as well. Can you just kind of speak on the experience of this group, and how have you guys kind of been gelling together?
Yeah, this is kind of an older team. I think we got 2 freshmen, 2 scholarship freshmen, Keys and Flory. So this is pretty much an older team. Everybody got experience. Ryland played at Bama. Went to the Final Four, so he has that winning tradition. Zeke, he came from South Dakota. Was great there, coming in his 4th year. So everybody pretty much seasoned and kind of know what winning basketball is in some standpoint.
What do you kind of expect your role to be with this group?
My role is whatever coach asks me to do. That's going to be my role at the end of the day. I feel like I can affect the game in multiple, ways.
Is there anybody that has kind of been standing out in practice?
I would say, obviously, the 3 veteran guys is, they've been great. Zeke has been great. Ryland has been great. Really, everybody been, playing their own role in practice and, adding in.
And the depth is one thing that last year was a little bit lacking for this Kansas group. You guys have a lot of guys who can play a lot of different positions, a lot of different spots this year. What do you just think about the depth this group has?
Yeah, the depth is definitely a huge part. Definitely, when you're in March Madness deep in the season, guys get tired. Like last year, one of the players got injured. Maybe if they had more depth, somebody could have filled in, stepped in. you know, and you know, took on that role. So depth is really important. You know, it's a long season, and you know, every night different guys gonna have the night, and with the depth, I feel like this gives us an advantage.
There's a lot of shooting now around Hunter Dickinson too. What have you just seen in terms of floor spacing?
Yeah, I seen last year they really started double teaming him a lot when he got it in the post, and you know, having shooters around the perimeter is gonna free him up more. So
appreciate you. So, Flory, just first things first, how are you just kind of settling in to KU? How do you like Lawrence?
You know, so far so good. I love the place, fell in love with the teammates, the team, and then, you know, just keep going.
Is this program, kind of the environment surrounding it, is it kind of what you imagined? Or?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. It's really what I thought about, you know, lovely people. My teammate always been there for me to support me and all that stuff.
Obviously on this team you guys have a lot of veterans. Hunter Dickinson specifically for your position has been doing it a long time at a high level. What have you kind of taken away from him so far?
I'll say I take a lot from Hunt. You know, as a veteran, you said really taught me a lot, and then you know, been there for like give me advice and about the game, about what happened and stuff like that. Since I'm a freshman, you know, looking up to him is like one of the big accomplishments for sure.
And where you kind of see your role being with this team this year? Where you kind of, what is Self kind of asking you to do?
You know, I really would like to, you know, as a role to be one of the person that can contribute a lot for the team. You know, be that kind of person. Even though I'm a freshman, you know, just be there for the team and just give as much support as you can.
If you could describe Coach Self in one word, what would it be?
That's a tough one. I say two words for me. He's a smart ass.
Smart ass.
He's a smart ass.
Could you expand on that a little bit?
You know, I really love Coach Self. Since when you were recording me, you know, I just love his personality, how he's the way he acts, and then you know, that's it. You know. Sure.
And you went through boot camp, obviously. Can you just kind of talk about that experience? Was it one of the hardest things that you've had to go through?
Yeah, most definitely. You say, you know, as a freshman, we come here, didn't know what to do, didn't know what to accept, and then they put us boot camp. You know, it was really hard, but you know, we have some pretty good teammate to like push through because they've been there, they know what it is, you know. So just keep going with them.
And for the KU fans who haven't seen you play, how would you just kind of describe your game? What are they going to get from you?
You know, I'll say I'm just trying to be the best as possible, you know, just trying to represent the team as much as I can.
Thank you, Flory. Appreciate it.
Well, there you have it, y'all. 5 interviews from Kansas basketball players on Kansas Basketball Media Day. I hope you guys enjoyed. Just a quick housekeeping stuff. We are going to be churning out content as the season approaches here on HumPod KU. We have Big 12 Basketball Media Day next Wednesday, and then Kansas plays Arkansas in Fayetteville. So the season is right around the corner. Make sure to stay tuned with us. Make sure to follow us at HumPod_KU on X. That is where all of our content will be this year. So make sure to follow us there. Make sure to subscribe to the Field of 68 Team Podcast Network. And we will also have an X.com page up and running soon for the Team Pod Network, where you can get all of your college basketball needs from Kansas basketball to Arkansas, to any school you might follow. Field of 68 is there with coverage. So thank you guys for tuning in to this episode.